What does it mean to work as a team? Teamwork is a delicate dance. It is communication. It's recognizing where you are needed in order to exemplify the gifts and talents of yourself and your teammate. More importantly, though, teamwork is being there, prepared to step up, no matter the cost. Life began in West Access. As a fresh spawn raptor, there wasn't much that I could hunt on my own. But luckily for me, this time I would not be alone. Acro had already caught a deer and begun to grow, so by the time I caught up with him, he was a bit larger. We immediately set off in the direction of a fresh spawn dilo. I needed organs to get my own growth started. Being smaller, though, also meant that I was slower. I caught up just as Acro pinned the dilo, and I did what I could to help by biting it in the head. Alright, food acquired. Growth takes time, but we were determined to speed it up as much as possible. In order to do that, we needed to eat rocks so that we could empty our stomachs and fill up diets more quickly. On our way to the gastrolith pile, though, we spotted a small carno. We pinned it quickly, but released it again. We didn't want it to drop too close to the trees, as we'd seen a Herrera in the area. Better to let it run a bit and finish him off somewhere a bit more ideal for our purposes.
He missed!
Slow down. Stop it. He's back where we were. Yeah, that's right. Run a little further. There we go.
Yeah, that way.
You're on me.
Okay.
As we grew, we moved on toward West Rail. There, we spotted a young Tenno. That would be a more dangerous fight, but generally a fun one. Except he had pretty clearly crashed. It would be an easy kill, but we decided to do the kind thing and leave him be. We'd hunt the nearby dilo instead. I pinned the dilo, and apparently the diblet it was hunting decided we were trying to save him. Acro pinned him as well. What a nice 2-for-1 combo meal. Raptors, at least in our preference, do not hang around in one place for long. Movement is preferred in order to catch viable targets during their own travels. We had gone to Bridge in order to get a drink. Our water was dangerously low, after all. But as we exited the tree line, a carno attacked.
No.
Face checked it. Is he an all-bite spammer? Oh my goodness, they're faster than him. Bleed pounds him, just so he can't run.
Come back here, boy. Come here. Casually bites. Going for a pounce. Oh,
Nice.
Put on the other side. Pin him.
Apparently not.
Oh, he'll bleed out now.
Yep.
With a hefty double bleed pounce applied, he was a dead carno walking. But we kept pushing him to speed up his blood loss, and ideally to drop him faster.
No, I want him to feel hopeless. Careful.
I'm fine.
Oh!
Did I
That was
bite you?
weird. Yeah, from in front of him.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh, that low-key hurt a little, but like not that much.
Not a scam.
He's bleeding out for sure.
Yeah. Yep, there he goes.
He's dead.
Stamina was an issue now. We weren't starving, so we sat to regen as much as we could. And something small decided to take advantage of our disappearance into the bushes.
No, it's a baby Herrera.
Ew.
Tree rats can one-tap adult raptors when they're grown. Better to not take the chance that this guy grow up. The next time we logged in, we still had some growing to do, and neither of us was fully healed from our previous fight against the Carno. Regardless, we were making good progress with our growth, and had decided to make our way north. On the way through the passage in Highlands, Acro spotted a galley. Now that was some good line diet. Though, as we were pinning it, a rather annoying little Dilo decided to put in his 2 cents. That was a mistake on his part. Now we had even more food. The journey to North was quiet. Peaceful, even. We took our time eating rocks and hunting AI as we went. By the time we finally arrived, we were full grown and ready for the real hunts to begin. Before we could hunt, though, I had to step away for a moment. As we sat in a bush, Acro heard heavy footsteps headed in our direction. I dropped the spices I was applying to the chicken in the kitchen and rushed back into the room without a moment to spare.
Coming!
It's like right here.
Okay, I'm here.
Oh, it's a Serrato.
Oh. Fight him.
Yep. Oh my goodness.
Ah, we got you, sucker! He must have been hurt. Or low stamp.
Or low stam, yeah, because he was running.
A low stamina, full-grown Serrato. Beautiful. Food and diets. What more could we ask for? Dinner in the oven, I returned and we continued deeper into North. We quickly discovered why the Serrato had been fleeing the area. A decently large group of Carnos, Mayas, and Tenos wandered around the field. Well, dang. We watched from a distance, then decided it was time to leave.
Move it, the Carnos. Wait, get Stam. Carnos chasing us.
Except Acro had been spotted by one of the Carnos. And said Carno had taken it upon himself to go, alone, to hunt the supposedly solo raptor. Big mistake. Acro pounced him and I hopped on the other side as he fled. And immediately, the previously incredibly overconfident small game hunter started screaming for help like a very scared toddler. With less than half our stamina remaining, we dismounted. It was incredibly likely that the Carno would bleed out now, especially as he ran in a full charge back down the hill toward his buddies. Unless, of course, he had the mutation that prevented him from bleeding out if he was sitting. Quite unfortunately, that did appear to be the case. He survived, and after some careful recon, we decided that it wasn't a good idea to stick around and try to finish him off. Not with so many fast and potentially hostile members in the mixed group. By the time the sun came up, we were in Highlands. Still annoyed with the Carno that we hadn't been able to send back to the menu. There, we came across 2 more Carnos. One juvenile, inconsequential and easily ignored, and an adult. With a bleed pounce and a damage pounce put into him, the adult Carno panicked and began to flee.
Should I get Stam or keep following?
Get Stam.
Just be careful, alright? What's your health?
Oh, there's 3! Nope, backing up.
Unfortunately, he reached 2 more Carnos, and I had to make a quick U-turn and hide. Too dangerous to pursue on my own, especially with low stamina. I needed to wait for Acro to catch up. As the 2 new Carnos started to look for me in the bushes down the hill, I watched and waited for them to leave my line of sight before continuing after the original target. My approach sent him fleeing again, but this time I had his tracks. Acro was nearly full stamina now. I just continued tracking until... Oh. Well. That's incredibly unfortunate for him. Our quarry had crashed. If we hadn't been actively hunting and pursuing him at the time, we would have left him be. But not this time. Sorry, bud. Healed up and back on the hunt. On the way toward Delta, we spotted a pair of Carnos inside a human structure. Well now, a 2v2 might be fun. Taking a moment to each pick a Carno to target, we approached.
Yeah, they're not big.
Alright, boys.
Careful. They bit each other.
Yep. Dingalings. Alright, I'm taking the red one.
Okay, I call dibs on this one. That barely touched me. Wow.
Look out, watch. Oh, hi.
When I tell you that these Carnos were intent on hitting each other the entire fight, my goodness. The red one I had been targeting dealt the final blow to his companion, and then attempted to flee.
Hold on, move out the way, I'm gonna pounce him. Like, slow down. Get Stam. Oh my goodness, that hurt.
Careful. I want to go for another pounce, but I don't want to risk hitting you. Oh,
Careful.
I got stuck on him. I didn't even get stuck on him, it just was being weird. A little laggy.
I'm 36%, whatchamacallit.
He is scared.
Yes, he is.
It became clear the moment he began to bleed out, crouching nervously in the open, biting at random. Acro added a couple more bites to his ankles before he finally bled out. Sweet. Food for days. It was a while before we could log back on together again. When we did, we found a lone Serato. If we could double damage pounce it long enough, we could hopefully pin him. But of course, Raptor suffers pretty dramatically from latency. I went for a pounce while the Serato was carrying something, and he dropped it and alt-attacked at the same moment I hit his side. I stayed on, but vomited. We managed to get the double pounce, but he rushed for the water's edge. Serato swims faster than raptors, but we also had to consider that he might have a dino friend lurking nearby too. With one final push, Acro rushed him again. But we decided it wasn't a good fight to take now. Not after we'd both vomited. We'd bleed heavily, and it wasn't worth the risk of dying. Having officially grown tired of the large mix packs plaguing the official servers, making finding viable hunts incredibly difficult, we swapped over to the new North American Petite server. It meant regrowing, but hey, at least we could avoid mix packs there. Quite far into our growth, we found ourselves both incredibly hungry, and in Delta. There was a young Maya on one of the islands that would make a perfect target. Just the right size for 2 fresh adult raptors to hunt. Not the perfect terrain, though. The close quarters made it incredibly difficult for both of us to go in for bites at the same time. I held back, not wanting to trod on Acro's toes, going for damage pounces when the opportunity arose. And then the Stegling arrived. Well, may not have mixed packs, but herbivores can still mix herd. I backed up, running distraction as best I could to try and clear the floor for Acro to keep on the Maya. Feeling rather useless overall in the fight, I put another pounce into the Maya before going back to distracting the Stego. When the Maya finally dropped, the Stegling backed off immediately. Good. We were close to starvation. We needed this food badly. As we started pulling the organs, though, a small Carno rushed in to try and attack. We pinned him and removed the threat quickly. Life went on. Fully grown now, we had another companion making his way toward us, which meant we needed food for him. A young dibble would work. The organs would start his growth off right.
Okay. Dang, he's feral.
Oh no. He's got rabies.
He does. We couldn't pin him.
Oh, I'm stuck.
Careful.
Well, I'm riding him now, I guess.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not.
I can't see anything. Ugh. Goodness.
Look at this scoundrel, this
Look at
no-do-gooder.
this silly little man.
Much later, and Turk was getting close to fully grown. We moved north in hopes of finding some herbivores to fight. And find them we did. A pair of Mayas. Incredibly fun targets.
I'll distract the adult. I've got more stam. I can afford to. Oh, he's coming back. He's coming back better.
Oh! Yeah, he missed.
Okay, Packies have a movement rock.
Packies are coming.
Come on.
No, they haven't moved. I'm keeping an eye on them every so often. Okay, adult's chasing after me. You guys have free reign on the someone.
Yeah, adult.
Going back in.
Woo!
Almost not done with this baby. Careful.
The adult is low on stam already.
Put some pressure.
Got Acro?
Yep. Focusing this little one.
Yep.
Okay, Sub's getting desperate. He's trying to chase after me for some reason.
Other
Stop him.
raptors are thinking they're going to get involved.
Watch yourself.
There's enough food once these guys die.
Oh no! That's not great.
Careful.
Okay, this guy should not have enough stamina to. Packies don't seem to be moving. Yeah, there's
Look
some
out,
wrong.
Acro.
They don't
Adults
want
coming
Yep.
just make sure that we don't fight the adult. Don't give him any stam. He's low.
All was going well, honestly, until the Packies decided to intervene. The two Mayas were tough enough, but with the Packies as well, it was much more dangerous. Acro ran on ahead after the younger Maya, and I trotted after him, regaining stamina, ready to take over the chase. Until they broke his face and his back. Turk pounced it, and I went in for the pin. Only for my pounce to break somehow. Ouch. Nice. Anyway, it died and we backed off to heal and hide from the herd. The problem with having corpses nearby, though, is that while healing, young Ceratos begin to arrive in droves to take the diets that we had won for Turk's continued growth. In defense of our food, we began targeting those Ceratos. Corpses get wiped all too often on this server. We weren't going to give up what we had while we still had it. With an unfortunate incident of friendly fire occurring, I pounced the bigger of the two Ceratos to keep him distracted and away from my friends, and Turk rushed to hop on the other side, pinning it at the same moment that Acro pinned the other one. Beautiful. Things eventually went south. Or well, We did anyway. Acro and I were back to rolling duo some days later. We had left the northern half of the map and were headed toward West Rail when we spotted a Carno ahead on the path. The plan was simple. Hide on either side of the path, jump it with a double bleed pounce, then cha-ching, profit. But Acro recognized this Carno a moment too late. That skin. That movement. I didn't know them, but he told me to run. I didn't want to. We're supposed to be a team. Running away and leaving your teammate to fight completely alone? I refused. Unfortunately, this Carno was quick with setting off charges, and before long I did have to back up. The Carno was hard targeting me, so Acro was able to follow behind and land bites here and there, but it was a losing battle. He was injured, I was one tap. He pounced it to distract it away from me, and went down. We fight together, we die together. I charged. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like and comment your thoughts below. If you're new here, please consider subscribing for more content like this. Thanks, and I hope to see you again soon.